Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ballet Rain. So, you have been watching your most trusted, very favorite ballet nerds on the internet for quite some time now. Or at least we hope you have. Please subscribe to our channel. And subsequently, you have become decently enamored with the concept of ballet, and you've decided to take the plunge and invite your family, your friends, or your chainsaw neighbor to a night at the ballet. Fortunately for you, it is Nutcracker season, so there are many nights at many ballets to be had in many different places around the country and around the globe. And even more fortunately for you, your most trusted, very favorite ballet nerds on the internet have hopped into the box today to give you the ultimate how-to guide on how to attend your first ballet. This is very fortunate for you. We have no idea how you managed to land the stroke of luck that this particular topic and video would coincide so perfectly with this moment in your life. Anyway, that's the topic of today's video. We're going to be covering audience etiquette, what to do, what not to do, what to wear, when to arrive, all those other kinds of things, and how you can enjoy your ballet experience to the fullest.
So if you are planning to go to your Nutcracker and bring a +1 or a +20, make sure you share this video with all of them and we will swing into the video. So you saw this billboard that's advertising an amazing ballet performance and you're like, oh my gosh, I really must go. So you go onto their website and you try to book your tickets, right? And you see the graph or the diagram of like where all the seats are. And then your head starts to spin, wondering where on earth should I sit?
Don't worry. We, as dancers ourselves, are here to give you top secret insights to how to pick the best seat depending on your own personal situation. So stay tuned. We're about to spill it all.
There is a huge glamorous notion surrounding the front row seats.
Yeah.
In the theater hall. And that might be the case if you're going to watch, a pop star or something.
Like a concert.
Or at a concert. Because, there's that 1% chance that they might extend the mic to one of you and be like, so what's your favorite song? Let me sing it for you.
Yeah.
In which case, yes, the front row seat would in fact be the best seat if you want that chance of being singled out by your favorite celebrity. But in general, for ballet, if you want to enjoy the big picture of what the ballet is trying to present, the front row seats aren't actually the best seats in the house.
Yeah, because when you're in the front row seat, well, first off, you're very, very close to the stage.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing if you want to be really up close and see all the details, but you also don't see the whole picture because you're so close to the stage. Additionally, you are actually lower than the stage, so you're looking up at the dancers, which really isn't the best angle.
Because ballet is very geometric, there's a lot of fancy patterns and a lot of intricate design that the dancers can create on the stage. And when you're at that low level, staring up at the dancers, and you can only focus on one, you can't really see everybody else.
Yeah.
It's
actually suboptimal.
It's suboptimal.
Yeah.
For general taste, some people might like it. In general, it's not the best place to sit. The best place to sit, though, is in the center, firstly, because ballet is symmetrical. The seam is on the left as on stage right. So when you're in the middle, you can kind of see that beautiful formation and the symmetry of the dancers.
Exactly the way it was meant or intended to be viewed.
Yeah.
Additionally, around the middle seats, so not in the front and not way in the back, the middle seats are usually a pretty good place to be. That way you can see the full stage and you're also close up enough to see some facial expression, to see the details, to see the beautiful costuming, everything.
Center house.
Yeah, center and middle is probably the best place to go. And if you want to err towards more detail, you can go a little forward, or if you want to see more of the full picture, then you go a little bit back.
If you want to sit in the balcony seats, I think balcony seats are pretty fun, actually. Yeah. You do get to see the beautiful patterns, and you get to see exactly where each dancer is on the stage, and you can see a lot of the crossing and the formation changes, and the patterns really, really beautifully.
Yeah, because as dancers, we work really hard on making lines straight, making formations perfect. So from the balcony seats, you can definitely see that work that we put in to the best extent.
Although, if you're in the balcony seats, it is sometimes easy to miss some of the details.
Yeah,
you might have a little, the dancers are so small by that point, so you might miss some of the small nuances, unless they provide you with like opera glasses, or you bring your own binoculars or something and you can stare at the stage like this and you kind of get a better glimpse of what's going on. But it's still beautiful. I've sat in balcony seats before and I've still thoroughly enjoyed the performance. And the good thing about balcony seats too is that it doesn't really matter if you're in the center balcony or if you're on the side. You can still see the patterns beautifully. beautifully.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have that flexibility in the balcony seats.
If you have young children, or if you know that throughout the performance you will need to get up and leave, definitely I would not sit right in the middle of the row.
Yeah.
I would probably get some aisle seats just
Yeah.
out of courtesy for, your audience neighbors, so that you're
Exactly.
not, shuffling through them while they're trying to watch.
Yeah.
So aisle seats are always good if you know that you have young children that might need, get a snack, get some water, take a break, shake their legs out. Aisle seats are always a good option.
So you booked your tickets, the best seat in the house that is available, and so you're pretty much all set. But before you hum and haw in front of your closet for about half an hour or 3.5 hours, we're here to talk about, what attire is appropriate to wear in attendance of a ballet performance.
I would probably start by checking their website to
Right.
see if they have a dress code
Yeah.
you want to adhere to. Although, I don't feel like a lot of ballet companies have a hard dress code that you have to follow.
No, I think that there's a very wide acceptable range in terms of what to wear for a ballet performance, spanning from sort of dressy casual, but kind of nice dressy casual.
Yeah, nice casual.
All the way to black tie attire.
That's
there's a
true.
wide range here. If you want to kind of blend in, I would go somewhat in the middle. So
Yeah.
a business casual or a semi-formal would be nice.
Yeah.
I think.
Or if the world is your runway and you're
Yeah.
there to shine,
Yeah.
then you could maybe swing black tie maybe for an evening show.
That's true. And that's a good point too. Take in consideration when the show is. If it's a matinee or a morning show or an afternoon show, then you would go a little more casual. If it's an evening show, however, you can pull out all the stops and go
Yeah.
more towards a fancy formal style.
And if it's opening night.
Yes.
Opening night is a big event. So
Yeah.
you could definitely pull out the nice dress, the nice heels, the
Exactly.
nice tux or whatever for opening night. Because that's sort of a big deal in the ballet world. Or if you prefer to be comfortable, there is absolutely nothing wrong with just
Yeah.
wearing something casual.
Yeah.
You can wear a nice top with jeans, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not too strict at all, I don't think. In general, it's not too strict. So if you want to be comfortable and warm during the performance, it's usually very cold in the theaters, so just keep that in mind if you're a cold-blooded person like me.
There is no need to wear your best diamonds if you
no,
don't want to.
if you don't want to.
If something cute, something comfortable, maybe some light jewelry, some light accessories, and that'll be perfectly
good to go.
fine. There's no pressure to do anything crazy.
Whether you're planning on swinging towards the more casual end of the spectrum or the more formal, super fancy schmancy side of the spectrum, we happen to have the perfect accessory recommendations for you today, because in this video we are actually partnering with the one and only Ana Luisa.
Ana Luisa is our favorite jewelry brand. They have some absolutely incredible, beautiful pieces. I mean, look at this. So pretty.
It's so beautiful, and I think that it's absolutely perfect for any occasion. You can definitely go and browse their entire website. They have some really beautiful, simplistic pieces that will elevate any outfit, and they also have some beautiful, more glamorous pieces that will add a little sparkle and a little flair to your performance going fit. This is really exciting news. We have recently become brand ambassadors with Ana Luisa, and we could not be more excited to represent the brand and to share all of their amazing benefits with you guys.
So if you're going to be attending a ballet performance in the near future and you're looking for some beautiful, elegant jewelry pieces to pair with your outfit, also because it's the Christmas season, and if you're looking for some beautiful, meaningful gifts for someone special in your life, we very, very highly recommend Ana Luisa jewelry because their pieces are amazing, high quality, guarantee that they will last long. They're also a sustainable brand.
Carbon neutral.
They really care about the environment,
Yeah.
so you can tell a lot of thought and care goes into these pieces.
We really could not recommend Ana Luisa enough. We get so many compliments whenever we wear their pieces, and we are so proud and so happy to be their brand ambassadors and part of their VIP program. And if you are curious about them, you can click the link in our description box and get your own beautiful pieces for all your family and your friends and yourself.
A huge thank you to Ana Luisa for sending us this beautiful, gorgeous jewelry. We are basking in the shininess as we speak. We are super thankful to be partnering with you in this video, and we are looking forward to the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you. So you've selected your perfect performance fit, and you look absolutely fabulous.
Exquisite, if you will.
We have a few last things that you might want to consider. before you go to the ballet. Just a couple extra things to pack, prepare before you go on your merry way. First thing, obviously, your tickets.
Don't forget your tickets.
Do not forget your tickets. Either you have them printed or I think nowadays they have it on your phone, so they have mobile tickets. So make sure you have those ready to go. If there's an app, make sure you get familiar with it, kind of know where to pull it up. It'll just make the whole check-in process a little easier. Additionally, as we kind of previously stated, the theaters are often very cold. So if you are someone who gets cold very easily, maybe consider bringing a sweater or maybe a little blanket or a shawl to put over you during the performance, because once the lights go out, no one's gonna see you.
Exactly.
It won't ruin your outfit, I promise. Also, small thing, there may or may not be a public signing with the dancers. So if you want to bring a pen or something that you want them to autograph, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a piece of paper, a card or something to keep in mind. Might want to have something ready for them if you get to meet them after the performance.
Additionally, you might want to bring some money or like a credit card or something for concessions. And also, if there's a gift shop, sometimes theaters will have a little gift shop. And they'll have some, Nutcracker merch.
Yeah, some souvenirs or something that you might want to get to remember your performance by.
Yes. Also, there will probably be a concession stand or some place where you can get food during like intermission in case you get hungry during the show, because it would be a tragedy if you could not get snacks between acts. So
Snacks between acts.
I didn't realize
that'd be a hashtag.
So your outfit is exquisite, your jewelry is on point, your handbag is packed, and you're wondering, when do I leave for the theater? So the performance hall doors usually open 30 minutes before the show. However, we would recommend going a little bit earlier than that, so that you can be there with plenty of time to spare to get familiar with the lobby, the restrooms,
find your seats,
etc. Because sometimes theaters can be very confusing.
Very confusing and also very beautiful. So you might want to have a little walk around, look at all the pretty sights and take it all in, and without having the feeling of you need to rush to find your seats because the curtain's going up. So be there anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes early, I think would be appropriate.
Yes.
In case there's a lineup. You don't want to be panicking because you're afraid you're going to miss the show.
Definitely use the restroom before the show starts.
Yeah, a full-length ballet is generally 2 to 3 hours. So that's a long time, and if you just had, some tea beforehand, you might want to head to the restroom real quick before the curtain opens.
Especially because during intermission, I can guarantee you the lineup for the restroom will be absolutely obscene.
It'll be crazy.
Intermission is really a suboptimal time for the restroom because the lineup it's crazy. So definitely, yes, go before the show.
Take your children with you if you have them.
And also, one thing that you will want to do before the show is read the program.
That one is important. I think ballet is better with the spoilers.
For sure. It's not like a movie where you don't want any spoilers and you want to see what goes on.
Yeah.
Ballet, there's no spoken dialogue, so it's a lot harder to figure out. So once you know the story and you know what to look for beforehand, then you can take in the dancing and the way they tell that story.
Exactly.
On the stage. It's better also so that you don't keep leaning over to the person next to you. What's going on? What is happening? I'm sure we all know those kinds of people. So don't be that person.
Yeah.
Read the program unless you're okay with just being blissfully confused the entire time.
Which is another option.
It's another option.
It's another option, but highly recommend checking out the program. You can also familiarize yourself with the company, the dancers, the directors, all of that good stuff, and it kind of just gets you a little bit deeper into the ballet world. Before the performance, you are more than welcome to take some selfies in the lobby or even in your seats. But when the announcer comes on and tells you to please turn off your cell phones, please turn off your cell phones.
Yeah.
Do not take photos or take any videos during the performance because, for one thing, it's kind of disrespectful to the choreographer's work. Also, if you use flash, it can be very disorienting for the dancers, or just having any lights, even if you have your screen on.
Yeah.
It's very, very distracting and kind of disorienting for the dancers because it's like a light show.
Yeah, and also turn your ringer off and turn it to do not disturb.
Yeah, or like just shut down the whole thing.
Yeah, just be like, do not bother me, I'm watching ballet. And then also it's just better to enjoy the show unplugged.
Yeah, you really will miss a lot. Even if you're watching it from behind, you're going to miss out on so much. So we highly recommend, not just for us as the dancers, but for your enjoyment and your ability to fully absorb the performance, we highly recommend to kind of just do the show unplugged.
Yeah, we as dancers are here to entertain you.
Yeah.
House lights are out, curtain is up. The little announcer already said, okay, please turn your cell phones off, we're getting ready for the show.
And you listened.
So
now we're gonna go through our do's and don'ts for during the performance. Yes. Ballet is not a movie, so there will be no food or drinks allowed in the theater.
No popcorn.
No popcorn. No throwing food, rotten tomatoes on the stage. That's not appropriate. Please take any phone calls. It might be an urgent phone call you need to get. We get it. It's okay. Just do it outside in the lobby.
Yeah.
So you don't disturb the other audience members trying to enjoy the ballet, or disturb the ballet dancers or the conductor and the orchestra. Just out of courtesy for everyone, please take your phone calls outside. Also a small one, don't talk during the performance.
Yeah. Ballet is a silent art.
It's not like a huge mistake if you want to lean over and whisper something. As maybe if it's your child and they're asking if you can take them to the washroom. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just keep it discreet, quiet, so you don't disturb anybody else.
So there's been a very low-level emergency. Your child needs some goldfish. Your chainsaw neighbor has left his chainsaw in the chairs in the front lobby. You need to go back and get it. When would you have an opportunity to step out?
Of course, if it's like a severe emergency,
do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do.
Safety first,
Safety
everybody.
is first. However, if you can wait till the end of the divertissement, the pas de deux, basically at the end of a section in the ballet, that is a better time to step out.
Basically, whenever people are clapping,
yeah,
that's your opportunity, you can leave. The same thing goes for when you are coming back into the performance hall. You got your chainsaw, you got your snacks, you took your phone call. You're good. Then you can come into the performance hall, but don't go into your seat yet. Wait by the door until the divertissement or whatever's going on stage finishes.
People are clapping, and then you can slide into your seat again.
Yeah.
Additionally, if you can wait until intermission, there usually will be at least 1 to 2, sometimes even 3 intermissions throughout the ballets, usually between acts. So if you can wait till the end of Act 1 to step out, or Act 2, that would be the optimal time, because everyone will have already left.
That would be ideal, but obviously if it's an emergency...
If you need to call your spouse because your kid's throwing up,
yeah,
it's okay. You can go call her. It's okay.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah, but as a general practice, that would be the most discreet and considerate way to do it. Now, all right, talking about clapping, applause. Whether or not you knew this already, there is some sort of protocol that goes around clapping, when to applause, how to applause, etc. So we're going to touch on that briefly. So starting at the beginning of the show, the very first time you'll clap is when the conductor comes in. If there's a live orchestra, when the conductor walks in, you'll see his little head floating across the bottom of the pit. Well, usually we'll clap for the conductor when he or she comes in. He or she will usually take a bow, and then he'll ready the orchestra, and we silence ourselves and get ready for the show.
The next time you would clap is whenever your male protagonist enters and whenever your female protagonist enters the scene for the first time. Their first entrance, usually you would greet them, you know, hello,
Some
we're
light
happy
applause.
to see you.
And then throughout the ballet, if there's group pieces, pas de deux, pas de trois, any sort of divertissement of that type, then you'll usually give some applause at the end of each of those. Or basically whenever there's a break in the music, when the music comes to a resolution, that's a pretty good indicator that it might be time to put your hands together a little bit.
Also, if a dancer is doing any incredible trick steps, we call
them. Trick steps, I feel like you'll know it when you see it. Usually it's a repetitive step that is like to kind of show off the dancer's endurance and their technique and their skills and all of that. For instance, in Swan Lake, after ODL's 32 fouettes,
that would be a perfect
opportunity. If the male protagonist is doing a manège or something, or Alizicon turns, that's another opportunity. However, it must be said, traditionally in Swan Lake, it is a big no-no to clap at all during the performance until the very end, and then you give it all up for the performance. That being said, nowadays that tradition has kind of gone out the window, and now everyone just claps all the time in Swan Lake. So
if all of this seems like, whoa, this is a lot
overwhelming,
don't worry about it. If it's your first time and you just would like to blend in, you don't want to stand out, do anything crazy, just follow the crowd. When they're clapping, you clap. When they don't clap, don't clap. Just follow the crowd. They'll tell you what to do.
And our biggest point, if you should take anything away from this video, this would be the point you should take away.
Listen up now.
And that is to please just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the performance, enjoy the music, enjoy the dancing, enjoy just like the whole experience. Get immersed in the story.
Feel free to cry.
Yeah, you can cry, you can laugh. Feel free to just feel the ballet and really just enjoy and soak it all up.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for as dancers. We're not here to see a perfectly poised audience that's perfect at all times. No.
Yeah, we're the performance. Y'all aren't the performers.
Yeah, we are here to move you guys. We're here to entertain you. We're here to tell you a story.
Yeah.
And we're here to see you guys enjoy the show. There is no judgment.
No.
We just want you to have a good time. Alas, alas, all good things must come to an end sometime,
no.
and the ballet is going to close. At this point, you could do your loud final ending applause.
If you really enjoyed the show and you want to rate the performance an exquisite out of 10, you're welcome to stand up from your seat, give them a standing ovation as you're clapping.
As a dancer, there is nothing that makes you happier than when the audience stands up for you. It's like,
as a general rule, not just for the end, but like throughout the ballet, generally is a no-no to scream, whoop, or shout during applause. It's just not as traditional, I suppose. However, if you are going to shout anything, you might say bravo, brava, however you want to say it.
I think generally bravo was used for danseurs, and a brava would be used for ballerina.
Exactly.
So.
Obviously, we've heard people whistling and whooping. It doesn't make us feel bad. We're not judging you. But as a general rule, as an audience goer, it's a little bit more proper, a little bit more demure to clap. You can maybe shout bravo for the danseur, brava for the ballerina. If it's your first time and you don't want to do anything too crazy and make a scene, my recommendation is to not be too vocal.
Yeah.
You might be wondering about flower throws, and flower throws are definitely a thing, although it's not a thing all the time for every performance.
Flower throws are usually only done for special occasions.
If someone's retiring from a company after like a long, fulfilling career.
Yeah, because it's just your final gesture of like, thank you for your work, thank you for your long career. You've blessed us with some exquisite dancing.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best. That kind of thing.
I think usually for those, they'll have an announcer announce the occasion and then welcome the flower throw. You probably don't have to prepare for a flower throw.
I wouldn't bank on a flower throw happening in your local nutcracker.
They're very, very rare. It definitely will not be for a majority of performances. Yeah. And that's basically it. You'll remain clapping until the curtain comes down and the house lights come back on. And that's the official signal that the show is over.
And you're free to go.
And you're free to go when the house lights come on, then you know. And then at that point, you'll start making your way out of the theater. Sometimes they will have people to direct you out. They'll tell which rows to come out, and so that everyone can just file out in a very organized and orderly way. So once you've left the theater, sometimes you'll be able to have an opportunity to meet the male/female protagonist after the show. Sometimes they'll have a stand set up for them. They might have a table. You can get their autograph, take pictures with them. You get to shake their hand and meet them and all of that stuff. And that's very, very special.
If you are to get an autograph, definitely do not crowd the dancers.
Yeah.
Respect your space, wait your turn. You know, courtesy stuff.
It's wonderful to meet the stars and to make some really, really good memories. So definitely recommend to, you know, get in line and get an autograph, some photos. And if you wanted to bring flowers or a little gift or something,
plushies or something,
you're welcome to do that as well at this time.
Yeah.
That's appropriate, and that would be, I think, very much welcomed from the dancers. And once all of that is said and done, then you are free to leave the theater. Hopefully get some post-performance snacks, because those are always a must. And hopefully you'll be leaving with a very warm, full heart and a bunch of amazing and fun memories. And hopefully you'll make ballet going a new tradition for you and your family.
There you have it, folks. That was our audience etiquette do's and don'ts 101 guideline handbook thing.
We hope that you found this video helpful, and we hope that you feel well equipped for all of your future ballet going endeavors. And we really encourage you to share this video with all the people in your life who really enjoy and appreciate the classical arts, so that everyone will be able to appreciate and attend ballets like a pro.
If you have any more audience etiquette secrets that you would love to share with the ballet nerd community, drop them below, because I'm sure there are many ballet nerds out there that are looking to take their first step into the world of live art and live ballet performances.
If you're curious on how to navigate ballet culture as one who is very seasoned and experienced in ballet culture,
we do have more videos on ballet etiquette linked above and below. Go check them out after this video.
If you guys are excited for Nutcracker season, then tap the like button. And since it is Nutcracker season, we actually have a lot of fun things planned for the end of the year. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on all the merriment to be had in the coming weeks. And finally, a big thank you to Ana Luisa once again for partnering with us on this video. If you're looking for the perfect performance-going accessories, or maybe a gift for your loved ones or for yourself, make sure to click the link in our description box and check them out.
And I think that is all from us for now. This is Ballet Rain signing off. Until the next video.
Bye!
And even more fortunately for you.
This is so bad.
So dumb. The ultimate how-to guide on how to watch your first ballet.
Surprise. And if you want to help us get to 10K faster, then feel free to share this video. And get all your friends and family to subscribe. Because...